Los Barriles is neat. When you drive into Los Barriles, it's people on their four-wheelers, people in their razors. It's just this community that's connected with nature. They're a very deep sense of community, I think, in Los Barriles as well. So there's a lot of community activity and involvement and rescues for dogs, for example. That's just, they take care of each other. Now, one example that I'll use is during the pandemic, they set up a food bank that I think became a model for the rest of the state in Los Barriles, where they really took care of their people.
Welcome to the Nick Fong Podcast. As the broker and owner of Ronival Real Estate, Nick has spent nearly 20 years in Baja California Sur. And in this podcast, he'll be talking everything Baja, from food and culture to real estate and property management. And now, here's your host, Nick Fong.
Here we go.
All right, welcome back to the podcast. And we have, once again, Scott and Ciro. Guys, welcome.
Thank you for having us back.
So I wanted to bring you guys back on to give us an update. It's the last day of the BizBees today. Today's October, 22nd, I think? And it's a Friday. And developments are booming. Why don't you give everyone an update starting, let's start close to the office. We're in Cabo San Lucas. What's been going on?
Well, we have our project Cuatrovientos that we represent, which is a builder from Guadalajara, a big builder from Guadalajara. They actually have broken ground and they're moving forward really quickly with their project. We have, I think, 5 units sold in the first building out of 20 so far, and we've just started. So they're moving fast. It's a great opportunity with a great building and a really good location. We were talking about this earlier. It's just so hard to find great spots to build on here in Cabo. And this piece of land in El Tezal, which they've had for a long time, is just one of those spectacular spots because you're right next to Home Depot, to Costco. They're building a new Fresco supermarket, which is a great place to shop for groceries. So Cuatrovientos is really exciting. It's going to be 3 phases over the course of about 3 years. And the first phase has beautiful, fantastic views of the Sea of Cortez. So we're super excited about that.
And you guys got a sale today, in fact.
Yes, actually. Yeah, so one of Brent Fong's clients came in for the second chat with us today. And they are reserving unit number 304.
304. And so that's another sale as of today. What is the total number of condos that are going to be in that project?
There will be a total of 196 units built throughout 3 phases. And so the first phase that we have now will be a total of 40 units.
So this morning, you guys had a number of the Ronival sales agents over there for a meeting with the developer. And one of the things that the developer mentioned was a lot of new developments are going on in the area, and I can attest to that. How is Cuatrovientos differentiating itself? Ciro.
Perfect. So, one of the things that Cuatrovientos has is that it's being built organically with the land. So it's not something that when you're standing inside of the whole development, it's gonna be all lines. So it's gonna go with the flow of the land. So one of the interesting points that they mention is that wherever you're standing, the only thing that you're gonna see is, for example, if you're going up the road, you're only gonna see 2 buildings. Once you're inside of the condos and the development, you won't see your neighbors. So you're only gonna see the whole development. And if you're passing through the highway, you're only gonna see the second phase. So it's something that they really wanted to do with the design of the buildings, which is something that they work with in all of the developments. They have over 15 developments in Guadalajara, and this is actually their first shot outside of Guadalajara. They want to expand, and they own a lot of land here in Cabo. So as soon as they're finished with this one, they're going to be developing more and more and more. And as Scott mentioned, it's a great place, and it's one of the only great lands that are close to the highway and without those spectacular views.
Great. And what does Cuatrovientos mean?
Well, Cuatrovientos in Spanish, it's Cuatro Vientos.
Four
Four
winds.
winds.
Yes.
Correct. So basically, their whole idea is not just based on the winds. It's basically they wanted to come up with the north, south, east, and west. But their point is that in Los Cabos, there's a lot of diversity of people. So we have people from the north, that would be Americans. People from the south, it can go from old South America. We have Argentinians, Chileans, and we also have a large part of the Mexican community coming to Los Cabos, and also Asians coming from all over the place. So they wanted to put like more of philosophy where actually the word Cuatro Vientos is supposed to be separated, but they put it as a single word to express the unification of those
Different cultures, not
Correct.
just the wind.
And of course, one important thing is to consider is that if you base it on the winds, the first face is facing the east, is where the sunrise is.
Ah.
So they're focusing where the sunrise goes
Oh, cool.
up until the sunset. So that's a good philosophy
Awesome.
that they're doing.
And so right now, where can people get more information? Is there someone on site that can receive people to tour the
Yes,
property?
that's a great question. We have a mobile office on site, and there will be staff there from 9 to 5, 7 days a week. So if you're driving by the road on Tazal, stop by and say hi to one of our folks there in the mobile office.
Fantastic.
For sure.
So Cuatrovientos, just down the street from our Cabo San Lucas office. We have other projects. Why don't you what about Pedregal? What's going on in the Pedregal?
Well, we have exciting news. Our development in Pedregal One is already sold out, which is amazing. We have Montemar, which we only have one unit left. Also, incredible development.
I'm going to interrupt you. Montemar 2 is coming soon, so stay tuned. End of the year or beginning of next year. So stay tuned. You guys, I talked a little bit about that, but those are going to be 3-bedroom condominiums also in the Pedregal. So if you like Montemar, maybe you're a buyer in Montemar of a 2-bedroom. Those are all 2-bedroom condos. These are going to be 3-bedroom condos. So
He's gonna have the same format as Montemar One.
right.
So also we have another development called 3 Point Tower, which is an amazing development in Sunset, where Sunset goes. And what is interesting is that it's located in a place where it's already paved, which is a big plus. They paved the road; it's brand new, and it goes all the way up until that development.
And it didn't start that way. When they broke ground, it was a dirt road.
It was a really rough road, and that was one of the difficult points we had with showing that, is because you had to go up a fairly steep incline on a dirt road to get to it. But now, as Ciro mentioned, it's not just paved, it's concrete. So it's really nice road. And one of the things that we met with one of the clients today that purchased a unit there, and his greatest love of the building was its uniqueness. It is called 3 Point Towers because it's a triangular shaped building. It's really unique to the area, and it always caught my eye as well.
Yeah.
And it had a very, very attractive price point on it. Just a really attractive building, and the views are amazing.
The views are incredible.
Cabo San Lucas Marina views.
Yes,
Correct.
exactly.
The important thing is that the parking is 2 levels. So the actual first floor is on the 3rd level, and so on.
Cool. And then, although not a development per se, but we had several of the units available for sale. And I just heard we just closed our first one, Pacific Bay, over in just outside of Quivira.
Yes.
Pacific side.
Pacific Bay is an amazing building inside the gates of Quivira. And
But not a part
not
of
a part
Quivira.
of Quivira, but it's inside the gates of Quivira.
Right.
That's an important distinction to make. But this building has direct ocean views from the pool and the first level, looking over the Nova España development. And so it's really It's an impressive building. When you walk in, the quality of construction that the contractor used, it's second to none. It's just a spectacular building, and it looks like we have a penthouse that is made into one unit, and it looks like we have another buyer is going to combine another 2 units to make one very large unit as well. So we're excited to be closing out on that building very soon and looking forward to working with those developers on their next project.
Hey, thanks for being a part of the Nick Fong Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast to get the latest updates. And if you're watching this on our social channels, please like and share. And if you want to be featured or you want me to talk on a certain topic, food, activities, culture, real estate in the Baja, drop a comment. So since we're on the Pacific, why don't we go a little bit north to Cerritos? What's going on over there?
Cerritos, we have our final sale at the Wave, which is an amazing building, which is right next door to Cerritos Beach Inn. Fantastic beach. I love to take my dogs up there to go running on the beach. It's fantastic. And it's a great surf spot. Mark Sherman, the listing agent for that, is a great surfer, and he loves to go there as well. So that is a really interesting project, and it kind of speaks to what happens in Cerritos. The very first unit that went for sale was $450,000, and the last unit just sold for $675,000. So imagine being the guy that is wise enough to buy into a project early and realize that much equity by the time you're getting delivery. We also have another project there that still has units available. That is Vista Cerritos, which is up back from the beach, but still has great views. So another great developer there.
Awesome. The Web is an excellent option for everybody to jump in pre-construction, because going back again for Cuatrovientos, it's like getting your return on investment during the construction of the whole building.
Right.
And that could happen with every development that we have.
Yeah. Well, you see what happened with the neighbors, the Vista Vela next door to Cuatrovientos. When they first came on the market, they had very low pricing structures, and now it's escalated tremendously. So the people who bought early in that project realized a great amount of equity. And so the same will be true with Cuatrovientos.
All right, what are we missing? Going towards San Jose and East
La
Cape?
Ventana. Let's talk about
La Ventana,
Yeah.
yes.
La Ventana is one of my favorite subjects. It's a great place. And right now, we're coming into season. We were there in Los Barriles on Thursday of this week.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. The time flies when you're having fun, right? And you could see the white capping on the water. So, you know, the kite surfer is going to be out in numbers anytime now.
Yep.
And we're pouring second floor on Calypso, which is really the first of its kind in La Ventana, but the first of many, I believe.
Yep.
Amazing building. It's definitely worth checking out.
Views.
Ocean views from not just from the forward-facing, front-facing units, but from the back as well. So great mountain views, great ocean views, and a really neat community. Really nice community.
And our new agent, Megan O'Leary, out of the Los Barriles office, is the listing agent. And what makes her an extra special fit for that project?
Well, one of the things that she has is that she actually owns a kite school.
Yeah.
So she has a really well-known being there, being a kite surfer. She knows when the time to go kite surfing is. She has a lot of friends
Yes.
with kite surfers.
Clients, her
Clients
customers, right?
as well. And the closeness for her to being back and forth to the place, it's really something that
She has a deep connection with that community in La Ventana. So
She actually wanted to buy one.
She's like, I'm going to buy one. I'll be close to my project I'm
having
selling.
Megan part of that project is the perfect fit. Perfect fit.
Yeah, well, we're very fortunate to have her. Shout out to you, Megan.
Very excited, yes.
And Los Barriles office, they're killing it over there. And let's talk about the project that isn't yet on the market, but will soon be by our office.
So right behind our office in Los Barriles is a project that's been around for a while called Bahía Residencial. And so we are working with the developer to make that into a full, complete community with the possibility of condo buildings on the back wall, which on the rooftop could have a nice ocean view. This is a community that is one row off the water. Really great location in an area where there just isn't any inventory. And so this is a great opportunity for those looking to invest in a really, really interesting community. Los Barriles is neat. When you drive into Los Barriles, it's people on their four-wheelers, people in their razors. It's just this community that's connected with nature. They're a very deep sense of community, I think, in Los Barriles as well. So there's a lot of community activity and involvement and rescues for dogs, for example. That's just, they take care of each other. Now, one example that I'll use is during the pandemic, they set up a food bank that I think became a model for the rest of the state in Los Barriles, where they really took care of their people.
And another one of our teammates, Emma Nicholson, the team lead in our Los Barriles office, she is very involved with that food bank.
Yes.
And okay, so a little bit of a debate of all the areas. Where would you advise a client to invest?
That's a tough question. What do you think, Ciro?
It would depend on what are they looking for.
Right.
I mean, you want to be close to town, to something a little bit more action, Cuatrovientos. If you want to be in the place, 5 minutes walk, Montemar. If you want to experience a little bit more of the Pacific side, then you can go 3 Point Tower for the views, or also Pacific Bay. And if you want like a destination where you can play around, go to the beach, chill, stay there for 2-3 months, Calypso, it's incredible.
And the prices start in the mid 100s.
Yes.
That's crazy for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, brand new construction condo.
If you like to
Ocean
surf,
view.
Ocean view.
Yes.
if you like to surf, Vista Cerritos. It's the place to be.
What are the prices starting at in Vista Cerritos?
We're at 269, I believe, for a 2-bedroom unit in Vista Cerritos on the second floor.
In the next couple of sales, the prices are going to go up.
All right. And those are elevator buildings.
Yes, those are elevator buildings. I would also go back to Los Barriles. One more project that is worth mentioning is La Costa Buenavista. In Los Barriles, the neighboring town is called Buenavista. And this is a really neat place because these buildings are relatively small units, but they're inexpensive. They're going to be 1-bedrooms for, I think, 120,000, 130,000.
130 up to 150.
Okay.
And so they also have, from the second floor up, have ocean views as well. So
Nice.
a really neat place. And
a nice community, offers storage units, parking, access to the beach through El Arroyo, which is something really nice.
Has the next building hit the market yet?
the next building will hit the market on November 15th.
Because the first building that we put to the market sold in 1 week.
Yes.
So that next building is going to sell real fast.
There are people already lined up asking us almost every week, when can we reserve our unit?
It's really hard to find a property in that area for that price.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for the update. And if you don't mind, I think in another month or so, you guys jump back on the podcast, give us another development update.
Thank you very much
We
for
have
having us.
we forgot about Vistamar. It's already sold out. The
Oh,
first building.
geez. Vistamar. Yeah, Andres, the developer out in Vistamar. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the first building is gone.
Yeah.
So that's
Where's the project located?
right now it's it's in El Tule. It's going towards San Jose del Cabo. It's between Cabo San Lucas and San Jose del Cabo. The first building is already sold out. It's gonna be 4 buildings, including the one that it sold, with its own gym and beautiful views, unobstructed views to the ocean. We already started the pre-sale on the second building.
Mm-hmm.
The second building is gonna be 5 stories. The first building was 4. Building 2 is gonna be 5 stories, and it's gonna be over the 3rd, 4th, and 5th floor are gonna be passing the first building.
Yeah, I was just there a couple weeks ago, and that 3rd floor of the second building is as high as the penthouse in the
Yeah.
first building. So
That's right.
And
spectacular.
The prices are starting at $355.
and
We have options for 2-bedroom plus and 2 and 3 bedrooms.
so 2 and 3 bedrooms starting in the mid 300s, midpoint between Cabo San Lucas, San Jose del Cabo. Guys, these are the men that bring new construction to the Baja. Get a hold of them, Scott or Ciro. And until the next one, bye for now.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Nick Fong Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Ronival Real Estate and follow Nick on Instagram at NickFong_Ronival. Ready to find your Baja dream home? Check out the latest property listings at Ronival.com or findmexicohouses.com. Hasta luego.